Hi and welcome to Yoga with Kylie. So this practice is to stoke a little bit of Agni, a little bit of fire. So during the winter months, I can sometimes feel a little bit kind of depressed. You know, it's darker, it's a little bit harder to get up in the morning. I start to feel a bit blah. And so this practice is really to kind of counteract that. So it doesn't necessarily have to be done in the winter months, just whenever you're feeling a little bit down, lethargic, like you need a little bit of fire in order to get about your day. So come to a comfortable seated position to start with. We will use Kapalabhati breath at the beginning. If Kapalabhati isn't a breath technique that you feel comfortable doing, I will guide you through a kind of slower kind of variation of it, and then you can just stick with that instead. So finding a comfortable seat, either softening the gaze towards the ground, or you can close your eyes completely. And just start to tune in and notice how you're feeling right now. So without judgment, just notice, does the body feel tired? Do you feel a little bit more awake, alert? And the areas of the body that feel tight, maybe restricted. Now the areas of the body that feel a little bit more open, expansive. And just bringing awareness to your breath and that full circumference of the rib cage. And breathing into the front, the back, and the sides of the ribs. And on the exhale, see if you can think of lifting from the pelvic floor and then drawing the belly in, forcing the diaphragm up. So the breath in, letting that go, let the rib cage expand in all directions. And then as you exhale, start from the pelvic floor, draw it in, draw the belly in, force the exhale out the nose. Breath in, relax all of that. You feel the full circumference of your ribs expand, the belly expands, the pelvic floor descends. And then as you exhale, draw the pelvic floor up, the belly in rather, forcing the air out. Relax the belly as you inhale. And then exhale, drawing in, feeling how that helps to force the air out. And that gentle contraction also just starting to awaken all of these deeper core muscles, the transverse abs, the obliques. So you might just choose to stay with this. So just a nice gentle breath, but with that extra awareness around the belly and the pelvic floor as you exhale. If you would like to do Kapalabhati, it's just a forced exhalation. So you're going to overemphasize that pulling of the belly in, and the inhale will just happen automatically. So it'll sound a little bit like this. And you can force the air either out the mouth or out the nose, just making sure that it is really about the belly, not the shoulders or the spine. So either sticking with the breath that we started with, or take a breath in and begin Kapalabhati. Check in that the shoulders are not moving, that the spine is staying still, and that really is just the belly pumping to force the air out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale the breath out, full breath in, filling all sides of the ribs. Hold the breath at the top, drop your chin to your chest. Jalandhara Bandha. Just noticing sensation as you hold the breath. And then release the chin from the chest. Let the belly move in and out on your breath. And again, you could resort back to the breath that we started with, where you're just emphasizing that pulling of the belly in on exhale. Or we'll do a second round of Kapalabhati. So if you're coming with me, take a breath in and begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the air out. Big breath in. Hold the breath at the top. Drop your chin to your chest. And just notice sensation perhaps in and around the belly, maybe even around the forehead. And breath hold, just helping to return back to equilibrium, homeostasis. Release the breath, hold, breathe normally. Notice that fire in and around the belly. So this kind of center of Agni for this practice. So everything's going to kind of radiate out or draw back into this area. So beginning with a little bit of gentle movement, starting from the belly, and it might be just kind of an oscillation, a circular motion, or it might be a cat and cow. So just seeing what your body is kind of naturally wanting to do in relation to that fire that you're starting to create through the belly. If it helps, you could even visualize a fire there, and the movement that's generated is in relation to that fire. So just as you would see the flames kind of dancing, and just allow this movement to be natural. There's no right or wrong with it. And then start to let it get a little bigger. And as it starts to get a little bigger, you might start to let the feet come onto the floor. So it's more of a seated position. Might feel a little bit more like a bit of core work. You could keep the feet on the floor, or you could start to hover the legs up and bring it more into kind of an astronaut ab, rocking from one hip to the other. You could even come down and come back up again. So just making it a little bit spicier for yourself. So you're in control, but see if you can feel this movement being generated from your core. So everything kind of radiating out from the core and drawing back to the core. As we start to create a little bit of heat, a little bit of awareness. Good, and then eventually bring yourself onto your back and sit yourself up with your arms out to the side and your knees in towards your chest. Bring your knees over towards your right elbow. Don't let them touch the floor. Keep your left shoulder pinned and try and spin your belly button to the left. Then bring the knees back through center. Take the knees over to the left elbow. Belly button spins right. Right shoulder blade stays down. Coming back through center, take the knees to the right. Belly spins left. Left shoulder blade stays on the floor. Back through center. Knees to the left. Belly spins right. So you could keep with this variation, or as you come back through center, straighten out the legs, this time feet towards your right hand. Again, left shoulder stays down, push out through the left foot a little more. Back through center, feet over to the left. Right foot pushes away, right shoulder blade stays down. Good, back to center. So you could keep with this momentum, the speed, or you could pick up the speed a little. As you pick up the speed though, try to keep all of those kind of alignment points. So as you reach across, the top leg is going to push away. The belly button is going to spiral the opposite way to the legs. And remember that opposite side shoulder blade stays on the ground. And just starting to, again, create a little bit more heat, a little bit more fire around the belly. Good, last couple. Come back to center, bend the knees. This time take the knees over to the right. Reach your right arm across the left leg. Reach your left arm up. So now you're going to have to use a little bit of core action to stop yourself rocking onto the ground. As you exhale, curl up, push out through the heels of your hands, and then inhale back down. Exhale, curl up. Think of pulling into the midline, and then release back down, legs away. Exhale, pull in. Inhale away. Exhale, pull in and stay. Press the arm and the leg against each other. Feel that work between the arm and the leg and how it starts to switch on your core a little more. Good, release down, open. Switch it over to the other side. This time the left arm is going to reach across the right leg. As you exhale, pull the knees in, lift your upper body up. Inhale, come down. Exhale, pull everything in. Push through the heels of the hands. And back down. Curl in. Back to the ground. This time, curl in and stay. Press arm and leg against each other. Find that really good connection. Feel the heat start to rise. Nice. And release down. Hug your knees in. Take a little rock and roll across the back. And then rock yourself up. And all the way up into tabletop. We're going to do a little bit of a free-form tabletop where we lift the hands away from the floor as well, so we get a little bit of work through the wrists and the forearms. So you'll sit back one way, so sitting to the left, lift your left hand up, spiral over to the right, lift the right hand, and then come up and over. Right hand lifts, right hand down, left hand down. And as you do that, the hips are just kind of doing this spiraling action. You're finding a little bit of that cat-cow motion through the spine. Don't really worry too much about what this looks like, but think of generating the movement from your core and radiating out. And then go the other way. And if it looks different to what I'm demonstrating, that's okay. Connect into what your body needs. Finding the sense of just kind of fluid movement radiating out from the center. Good, and then come back to tabletop. Lightly feel the heels of the hands lift. Tuck your toes and hover your knees away from the floor. So this might be where you stay. Just creating a really good base here, breathing into all sides of your ribs. If you want a little more, you can go for a little walk forwards and back on your mat, trying to keep your hips parallel to the floor and your spine nice and still. So imagine that you've got a tray of champagne on your back and you're not going to spill it. So it's starting to create a little bit more heat now through the core. So let's do one more forwards and back. And come back to the center and then press to downward facing dog. Let's take a moment in stillness and down dog just to feel the effects of that. So starting to feel all that sensorial feedback and the energy radiating out from the center. And if you haven't already, just place a block at the top and the back of your mat. I should have told you that at the beginning of the practice. Raise up your heels, ripple forward into a plank position. Spin your heels to the right and then bend your knees. Push with your hands as you sit back. So it's kind of like a spiraling beast. Spin the heels back to down dog. Ripple forward. High plank. Spin the heels to the left. Bend your knees, push with the hands. Roll it back, down dog. Ripple forward. Spin the heels to the right, bend the knees, sit back. Downward facing dog, ripple forward. Spin the heels left, bend the knees, downward facing dog. And then take a slow walk forward to the top of your mat. Soften into your knees, and as you roll up, reach with one hand and then the other. So you create this little spiral twisting action as you roll up. You can kind of imagine you're a rag doll or a zombie, whichever gives you the best kind of image. Come all the way up to stand. And just take a moment to find your Tadasana. Really finding that center point through both feet. Balancing the weight between the right and the left foot and the front and the back of the foot. A little lift through the insteps of both feet. And take a breath in, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, soften the knees as you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, either hands to your shins or hands on the floor. And then exhale, step back, plank pose, top of a push-up. We're going to do a slightly different vinyasa. So keep the toes tucked under, drop your knees, send your hips to your heel, so extended child's pose.
Then from the tailbone, scoop under, ripple forward. So you're going through a cat, and then you press the pelvis forward as the chest goes high, and you're in an up dog on your knees, toes still tucked. So this is the kind of modified version. Then from here, you're going to lift your hips, bend your elbows, chaturanga, and then press back, downward facing dog. So it's a little kind of reverse vinyasa. So we get a little bit more heat, a little bit more core activation. Slowly tiptoe your way forward to the top of your mat. Soften into the knees and reach out and up. Inhale. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank pose. Drop the knees to the floor, send the hips to the heels. And then scoop the tailbone under as you ripple forward. This time, if you like, you can lift the knees so you're in up dog but on your toes. Pull back with the hands. And then start to bend your elbows as you lift your hips to your chaturanga. Push the earth away, downward facing dog. Full breath in. And a full exhale out. Pull the belly in as you exhale. Full breath in. Exhale, pull the belly in. Tiptoe your way forward, top of the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, reach up. Exhale, fold straight back down. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step it back, high plank. Drop the knees, send the hips to the heels. Scoop the tailbone under, ripple forward into your up dog, either knees down or up. Bend the elbows, come to chaturanga, hips up. And then push up, plank, downward facing dog. Raise the right leg to the sky. Draw the knee towards your nose and step it between your hands. Drop the back knee onto the floor, squeeze the legs towards each other as you rise on up, touch palms. Breath in. Then as you exhale, contract in and rotate towards the right. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, pull in from the center to rotate to the right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull in, and this time stay. Press the hands against each other. You can either keep the palms together or open out into more of a cactus shape, pulling that right shoulder blade back. Think of the belly button spinning towards the sky. Rotate back, step forward and fold, top of the mat. Sweep the arms out and up. Touch the palms and then exhale, fold straight back down. Inhale to your halfway lift. And exhale, step back, plank pose. Drop the knees, send the hips towards your heels. Scoop the tailbone under as you ripple forward into your up dog, either on the knees or knees lifted. Bend the elbows, come to chaturanga. And then raise up and back, downward facing dog. Raise the left leg to the sky. Draw the knee to your nose, round to the upper back to step between the hands. Drop your back knee, squeeze the legs in and reach up. Inhale to expand, and then exhale, contract in from the center to twist to the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull everything in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull in and pause. Press the palms against each other. You can stay as you are or open out into more of a cactus shape. Left shoulder blade pulls towards the spine. Think of the elbow and the knee pressing firmly against each other. And release the hand down, step forward and fold, top of the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, finding fluid movement. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, high plank. Lower the knees, sit back to your heels. If you want to miss out the vinyasa, just push straight to down dog. Otherwise, ripple forward into your up dog. Lift the hips for chaturanga. Push the earth away, downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, round into your upper back, step between your hands. Ground into the right heel as you rise on up, crescent warrior this time. Same as before, inhale to expand. Exhale, pull in via your center, rotate. Inhale, press through the front heel, reach up. Exhale, pull everything in as you rotate. Inhale, expand, open. Exhale, pull in and rotate. Pause. Again, options to keep the palms together, or you can spread your wings. Keep pressing the arm and the leg against each other though, creating that really firm connection, and spiral the belly button towards the sky. Feeling everything radiating out from your center. This powerhouse, this fire. Look down at the floor, step your left foot to meet your right, Utkatasana twist. You may have to come up a little higher in order to get the hips lower than your heart. Try and pull back with your left foot. And again, rotating from the belly button. Pour the weight into your left foot, stand on up, bringing that right knee with you. Press the arm and the leg against each other as you rotate. So you're just keeping that rotation, creating more balance. And again, feeling from the center, radiating out. Release. Tadasana. Take a moment just to observe your breath. Observe sensation. Maybe you're starting to feel a little bit more energized, a little bit more alive. And then inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back, high plank. Lower the knees, sit your hips to your heels. Scoop the tailbone under as you ripple forward into your up dog. Lift the hips, chaturanga. Push back, downward facing dog. Left leg rises, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, step between your hands. Ground into your heel as you rise on up, crescent warrior. Then exhale, pull in from the center to twist. Inhale, expand back open. Exhale, pull in from the center and twist. Inhale, expand from your center. Exhale, pull in and pause. And you can keep the palms together or you can open your wings, but keep firm pressure of elbow to knee, knee to elbow. And then play with pressing that back thigh up a little more. Bringing a little bit more awareness into the right side of your rib cage as you breathe. And look down, step your right foot to meet your left, Utkatasana twist. Try and pull back with that right foot on the floor. Pour the weight into the right foot, stand on up, left leg comes to. Press the arm against the leg and reach back through the left arm. Finding your twist. And release the foot to the floor, Tadasana. Taking a moment, you might give the legs a little jiggle. You might stand in stillness, just kind of tune into what you need before we move into the second part of the flow. So in this next bit, really thinking about everything coming from the center and radiating out and back in, so it helps you with your balance and where we're going direction-wise. Draw your left knee in towards your chest and press your hand against the thigh. Feel the front of the hip start to light up. Feel the belly start to light up.
Keep that awareness of the belly, take the hand away, and then kick back into warrior three. Now notice if you're starting to spill forward through your center. Think of that radiating center all the way around, so even bringing awareness to the back. Perhaps breathing into that space. Roll the left hip down, draw your right hip crease back. And then slowly bend into the right knee. Left toes come to the floor, and then you're going to swing up and over into left side, extended side angle. So all the way to the other side, the back of the mat. Feel the limbs expanding out from your center, and then see if you can spiral your belly button towards the sky. And then from here, reach up and over, right side extended side angle, so going to the top of your mat. And now belly button spinning towards the left. And then up and over, turn the left toes, Skandasana, back of the mat. Keep spiraling to the left, plant your right hand, spin to the outside of the right foot and toe heel your left foot down. Then the left arm is going to reach under, so a little rotation. And then you're going to reach up and open back. So you get this nice opening through the chest. So that's option one. Reach under. Option two, as you reach up and back, you step your left foot behind into wild thing. And then do that again. Step forward, reach under. Come up and step back, open. One more time. Step forward, reach. And then up, step back and open. Bring the hand to the floor, press back, downward facing dog. Raise the right leg. Draw your knee to your nose and step it between your hands. You might grab your block at this point so you've got a slightly higher surface for that left hand. And then like you're pulling a bow with the right hand, you're going to pull up with the elbow as you straighten the right leg and reach to the sky. And then bend the knee, and we do that again. Pull and open. Release it down. Pull and open, and this time pause in the twist. Feel that twist coming from your center. Everything radiating out from the center. Peel that right hip back a little more. Release the hand down, step forward and fold, top of your mat. Reach the arms out and up as you come up to stand. And then the hands into the center of the chest, Samasthiti. Pour the weight into your left foot, right knee to your chest. Press the hand against the thigh, thigh against the hand. Create really good awareness through the front of the hip. And then keep that awareness as you let go. And push the heel back behind you, warrior three. Roll your right hip down to the floor. Feel the limbs expanding out from the center. Feel your breath moving into the lumbar region. Slowly bend the left leg. Toes hit the floor. Reach up and over. Extended side angle to the right. Spiral the belly button to the left. And try and press your right knee away from your arm. Reach up and over to the left. And this time, left leg pulls away from the left arm. Belly spins to the right. And come up and over, Skandasana to the right. Press arm against leg, leg against arm. Again, it's just going to light up that core engagement.
And then spin around, plant your left hand, spin to the outside of your left foot and toe heel the right foot halfway down. Reach under with the arm. Reach up and open. So this is option 1. Reach under with the arm. This time as you reach up and open back, you're going to step back and open into wild thing. Step forward, reach under. Step it back as you open. Step forward, reach under. Step back and open. Downward facing dog. You notice that you have to really tune into your core in order to radiate from that spiraling action to the openness of your wild thing. Left leg to the sky. Draw your knee to your nose to step it between your hands. Grab the block and place it to the inside of the foot. Left hand like a bow and arrow, pull it up as you straighten the leg, reach up. And then bend, come back down, grab the bow. Pull as you straighten, reach. Come back down, grab the bow. Pull and straighten, and this time stay with that sense of the belly button spiraling towards the sky. Outer left hip drawing back. Maybe even squeeze the inner thighs a little to create more awareness of the deep front line. And then release the hand down, step forward and fold. Sweep the arms out and up as you reach up. Hands to the center of the chest, Samasthiti. So same flow, we'll just go a little quicker. Add on a little arm balance if you choose. Draw the left knee to your chest. You can either hang on to the knee or peace fingers around the big toe. Extend the heel forward. So hand to big toe pose or Utthita Hasta. Try and plug the shoulder blade back towards the spine to draw the limbs back into the center. And then keep the leg where it is. Let go. Sweep the leg back, warrior 3. Slowly bend into the right leg, left toes land. Sweep up and over into extended warrior left side. From your center, sweep up and over, extended warrior right side. From your center, sweep up, left toes turn out, Skandasana. Keep spinning to the left, plant your right hand, come to the outside of the right foot, toe heel the left foot down. Reach the arm under. And then as you reach back, if you like, step back, open. Reach the arm under. And then step back and open. If you want, you can stack the feet, making it a little bit more challenging as you reach under. And then as you reach back, maybe the foot doesn't even find the floor. Maybe it's in kind of a no man's land. Stack the feet or step forward, reach under. Come up and then open. Wild thing or this kind of no man's land. And then downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky. And step the right foot between your hands. Grab your block. And then right hand is going to grab that imaginary bow as you pull up and open. This time, keep your twist, bend the front knee, block comes forward and lift up the back leg, revolved half moon. Now feel that revolution coming from your belly button. Feel the limbs expanding out from your belly button. Now pull everything into the center, left leg tucks in behind, tap the elbow to the knees. Expand out from your center, revolved half moon. Pull everything into the center. Expand out. One more time, pull everything in. This time, left toes to the floor. Sit into a little curtsy position and bring the palms together to touch. Press elbow and knee against each other. See if you can use that pressure to create a really good rotation. And you have the option to just stay here and kind of marinate in the twist, or bring your hands out onto the floor, Press arm and leg against each other, shift into that outside hand, and try and pick up the feet for your side crow. You can play with straightening the legs if you like, or bringing the feet together for Dvihasta. Just having a little play, building a little bit of heat. And once you're ready, feet come back to the floor and fold over the legs, Uttanasana. Take a moment, maybe jiggle out the legs. Slow down the exhale. And then inhale, rise on up, reach up. Exhale, hands to the center of your chest. Pull the weight into your left foot, right knee to chest. Catch the big toe or the knee, and then maybe you extend the heel forward. Then you're plugging the shoulder blade back to bring the leg and the arm back into the center. This idea that everything is expanding out from the center. And release the leg, keep it where it is, sweep it back into your warrior three. Bend into the left knee, land the toes, reach up and over, extended warrior to the right. And then come up and over, extended warrior to the left. Radiating out from your center. Up and over, Skandasana. Keep going to the right, plant your left hand, come to the outer edge of the left foot, right foot halfway down. Reach under, and then open it out, maybe you step back. If you want, stack your feet as you reach under. Open it out, maybe you hover the foot, maybe you step it back. Reach under, hover or step back. One more. Notice where you have to be to find that hover. Good, and then downward facing dog. Left leg rises. Draw the knee to the nose, step it between your hands. Grab your block, imaginary bow, and then pull up as you straighten that left leg. Keep the arm where it is, keep the twist, move the block forward, and then lift up your right leg. Squeeze the legs in, finding that connection to your center again. And then pull everything into the center as you bend and tap elbow and knees. Expand out from your center as you reach. Bend and tap, everything comes in. Push and expand out. Again, pull everything in. Expand, open. This time, pull everything in. Right toes come to the floor and you find your little curtsy position. Press arm and leg against each other. And you might just stay there and just enjoy the twist. It's a good place to be as well. Or hands can come out onto the ground. Keep pressing arm and leg against each other as you shift the weight to your left hand. Bend the elbows and pick the legs up. And you can play with maybe straightening into Kundanyasana or bringing the feet together for Dvi or just regular side crow, so just having a little play. When you're finished playing, Uttanasana, forward fold. Give your hips a little wriggle, your legs a little wriggle. And then step back, high plank position. Pull feet and hands towards each other. Hold your plank. Press down through the tops of the feet. And then we're going to slowly lower for a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your arms alongside you, palms face up. Tilt your tailbone towards the floor. Inhale, raise the arms, raise the chest, raise the legs. Shalabhasana. Now feeling that center against the ground. Still that sense of radiating out from the center though. Can you get longer through your limbs? Longer through the feet, through the head. Release down, turn your head, give the hips a little wriggle. This time, forehead to the floor, bend your knees, reach the arms back, press the pelvis down. Lift your chest, lift your feet, lift your knees. If the feet are touching, try and take them apart and bring your knees further together, like you're squeezing a block between the thighs. Good, release down, give your hips a little wriggle. And then press up to your knees. Tuck your toes. I'm going to come into a Z camel. So really strong anterior core, not regular back bend. So ribs towards the pelvis, reach the arms forward, and then start to lean back. Find that place that feels challenging, but you know you can stay. Pelvis forward, ribs down. Feel the heat start to build. Good, come all the way up. Hands to the ground, walk your hips back, your hands forward, puppy pose. You can have the arms out long or press the palms together and bring the hands behind your head. Just notice that fire through the front of the body. Release the hands forward, press yourself up. Swing your legs out in front. And feet on the floor, about hip distance apart. Press into your feet and raise your hips to the sky. You can either keep the arms alongside you or reach your arms back behind you for bridge pose. Lightly pull the heels towards your shoulders and squeeze the knees in. And slowly lower your hips down to the floor. You can keep the arms above you if you like. So a couple of options. You could simply raise your legs and be in waterfall. You could take the block underneath your pelvis and then raise your legs for waterfall. Or you could do a nice little rolling plow where the legs are out long. You lift them up, curl the tailbone away from the floor, and try and curl all the way up towards your plow and back down again. If you don't quite get to plow, that's okay. See if you can make this really controlled. So it's not about fast motion, it's not about momentum. It's seeing if you can peel each part of the spine away. So again, that sense of connecting into center. If it becomes too much, feel free to just take waterfall. If you manage to get to plow, you might hold it for a couple of breaths. Before you roll back down again. And then wherever you are, you can take the block out, bring your feet back to the floor, and then bring the soles of the feet together, knees flop open, one hand to the chest, one hand to the belly. And we're going to invite you to do a specific breath count that's going to help induce a little bit more of that sattvic
feeling or more clarity, calmness for the end of the practice. So it's inhaling for 4, holding for 6, exhaling for 8. If that feels too much, just inhale, pause, and exhale for longer than you inhaled, okay? So exhale the breath out, then inhale for 4, hold for 6, exhale for 8. Again, inhale for 4, hold, exhale 8. Inhale 4, hold, exhale 8. Keep going. Complete one more round. Make your way to Shavasana, your final resting position, whatever that is for you in this moment. And if that breath pattern felt useful, you can continue it. Otherwise, just returning to a normal breath. And just noticing the effects of that practice on the physical and mental landscape, the energetic body. Perhaps feeling a little bit more energized, enthused, ready for your day. Perhaps a little bit more mental clarity, calmness. Perhaps that sense of, yes, I can. And just allowing yourself to marinate in those feelings. And let yourself rest in Shavasana for as long as you need. And thank you for practicing with me. Have a beautiful day. Hari Om Tat Sat.